Welcome back to the Echoes of Wisdom channel, where ideas become wisdom and wisdom becomes action. If you enjoy content that helps you grow professionally and personally, don't forget to follow and subscribe so more people can benefit from these lessons and insights. And welcome back, everyone, to another episode of our professional meetings series. If you've been following this journey, then you already know we've covered how to prepare for meetings, how to communicate effectively during discussions, and how to follow up professionally afterward. But today, we're going even deeper. Because many meetings fail before they even begin. Not because people are unqualified, not because the ideas are bad, but because the meeting itself was poorly planned from the start. This episode is based on chapters 5, 6, and 7 of the book, and we're going to talk about something that every professional eventually realizes. Meetings are expensive, not only financially, but mentally, emotionally, and operationally. A bad meeting drains energy. A great meeting creates momentum. And the difference usually comes down to preparation, structure, and leadership. So let's dive into the lessons, stories, and practical strategies that can completely transform the way you organize and participate in meetings. Chapter 5. Why Meetings Matter and Who Belongs in the Room. Let me start with a story many professionals can relate to. I once attended a meeting with nearly 18 people inside the room. 18. Everyone had opinions. Everyone wanted to speak. Conversations kept going in circles. Side discussions started happening. And after more than 3 exhausting hours, very little was actually accomplished. The worst part? Half the people there didn't even need to attend. That experience taught me one of the most important lessons in business. Not everyone belongs in every meeting. Sometimes companies confuse including everyone with teamwork. But true professionalism is knowing who actually adds value to the discussion. Meetings are meant to achieve specific outcomes, solve problems, align teams, share updates, make decisions, remove obstacles. That's it. Before scheduling any meeting, ask yourself, what is the exact purpose? What result am I expecting? Does this really require a meeting? And who genuinely needs to be there? Invite people who have decision-making authority, have important knowledge or expertise, are responsible for execution afterward. And honestly, sometimes excluding unnecessary participants is actually respectful. Because time is one of the most valuable resources people have. If someone constantly arrives late, contributes negatively, or adds no real value to the conversation, it's okay to stop inviting them to certain meetings. You're not being rude. You're protecting the effectiveness of the team. Once the right people are selected, structure becomes critical. Every productive meeting needs clear roles. A meeting leader to guide discussions. A note-taker to record action items. A timekeeper to control pacing. A presenter if major topics need explanation. Without structure, meetings slowly become chaos disguised as conversation. And then comes one of the most overlooked tools in professional life, the agenda. A strong agenda creates clarity before the meeting even starts. It should include the purpose of the meeting, topics in order of priority, time limits for each section, who is responsible for speaking, break timings if needed, and ideally, next meeting details. One strategy I personally love is starting with quick wins. Handle the fast 5 to 10 minute items first. Why? Because early progress changes the energy of the room. People begin feeling productive immediately, which increases focus and momentum for the more difficult discussions later. And here's something very few managers ever calculate: the actual cost of meetings. Imagine 7 professionals sitting for 2 hours. If their average annual salary is around 12,000 KD, the meeting itself may already cost more than 70 KD for one session. Now imagine repeated unnecessary meetings every week for an entire year. Suddenly you realize, poor meetings are not only frustrating, they are financially expensive. Once you begin thinking this way, you become much more intentional with people's time. Chapter 6. Choosing the right time and place. Now let's talk about timing, because even a perfectly planned meeting can fail if it's scheduled badly. I learned this lesson after organizing an early morning meeting at a site located far away from everyone's offices. My thinking was simple. Let's finish it early and save time. Instead, everyone arrived exhausted. Traffic created stress. People were distracted. Energy was low. And concentration disappeared halfway through the session. We actually lost productivity instead of improving it. That's when I realized something important. People don't only attend meetings physically. They attend mentally and emotionally too. When choosing meeting times, remember, morning hours usually offer better focus. Midday meetings often destroy the rest of the workday. Late meetings reduce attention and patience. Long meetings drain decision-making ability. Always define both a start and end time clearly. And whenever possible, provide enough notice, especially when senior leaders or external stakeholders are involved. Because respect for people's schedules is part of professionalism. Now let's talk about the meeting room itself. Most people underestimate how much the environment affects performance. Simple things matter. Comfortable seating, good lighting, proper air conditioning, reliable Wi-Fi, functional projectors, clear sound systems. One technical issue can destroy the flow and credibility of an entire presentation. Always test everything beforehand, and choose a setup that matches the purpose of the meeting. Boardroom style for discussions and decisions. Theater style for announcements. Workshop style for training and collaboration. The room itself should support the goal. And here's another detail many leaders ignore. Refreshments matter. A tired room becomes a distracted room. Coffee, water, snacks, even small chocolates can completely change the energy and focus of attendees. It's not just hospitality, it's strategy. And in today's world, virtual meetings require the same level of preparation. Always test microphones, cameras, screen sharing, and conferencing tools ahead of time. Because nothing destroys momentum faster than spending the first 20 minutes saying, "Can you hear me now?" Before we continue, if you're enjoying this series and finding value in these lessons, don't forget to follow and subscribe to Echoes of Wisdom. Share these videos with colleagues, managers, or team members who want to improve communication, leadership, and professionalism in the workplace. Chapter 7. Ground rules, notes, and last-minute preparation. Now let's move into something that separates average meetings from highly professional ones. Ground rules. Without clear rules, meetings slowly lose control. People interrupt each other. Phones become distractions. Side conversations begin. Discussions drift away from the agenda. And suddenly, nobody remembers why the meeting started in the first place. That's why every professional meeting should establish clear expectations. Arrive on time. Stay focused. Respect speakers. Avoid unnecessary interruptions. Follow the agenda. Vote or decide efficiently when needed. And trust me, even simple reminders at the beginning create a stronger culture of professionalism. Now, if you're presenting during the meeting, arrive early, at least 15 minutes early. I've personally seen excellent presenters lose credibility simply because they spent the first 10 minutes struggling with cables, laptops, or presentation files. Preparation creates calmness. Those extra minutes allow you to test the technology, organize your materials, mentally settle yourself, connect casually with attendees before the formal discussion begins. And something else many professionals forget: distribute briefing notes beforehand. Even 1 or 2 pages can dramatically improve the quality of discussions. Include key points, important definitions, data summaries, objectives, technical explanations if necessary. Prepared participants create better conversations. If outside consultants or guests are attending, professionalism becomes even more important. Make sure your team knows who the guests are, why they're attending, what their role is. And never forget practical details like parking instructions, building access, visitor passes, directions to the venue. Because small logistical failures create unnecessary stress before the meeting even starts. Finally, plan for breaks. Human concentration drops significantly after around 45 to 50 minutes. A simple 5-minute break can completely restore attention and energy. And interestingly enough, many valuable business conversations happen during informal coffee breaks, not inside the actual meeting itself. People relax. Ideas flow naturally. Relationships strengthen. Sometimes those small moments create more alignment than the formal agenda itself.
So let's bring everything together. Professional meetings are not random conversations around a table. They are structured opportunities to create progress. To lead effective meetings, be clear about the purpose.
Invite only the right people. Assign roles properly. Build a structured agenda. Choose the right timing and environment. Prepare the room and technology. Establish clear ground rules. Arrive early and stay organized. And always respect people's time and energy. Because great meetings don't happen accidentally. They are designed intentionally. In the next episode, we'll explore how to create presence and influence inside a room, even when you're not the one leading the meeting. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to Echoes of Wisdom, so you never miss the next chapter in this journey of growth and professional mastery. Until next time, keep learning, keep improving, and keep building wisdom into everything you do.